Hey, good morning. Thank you to Tom Logan, Peter Polzak, Paul Martin, and Sarah on the drums. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Celebration Sunday. All right, we are going to sing. We are going to kick this church off. Help me out. Stand up. We got some words right behind us, but you know this one. Holy, holy way. All right, here we go. I like the clapping. Yeah, do that. I want to live in a holy, holy way. Want to live in a holy, holy way. I want to live in a holy, holy way. Want to live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Sing it. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Good morning, Unity.
Thank you, Gretchen, and Peter, and Tom, and Sarah. Good morning, everybody. Hey, my name is Jeff Barry. It's a pleasure to see you all in one room at the same time. It's great. For our Celebration Sunday, we're blessed for your presence. Before we get rolling, just a reminder to turn your cell phones off or a silent meditation mode and take this opportunity to check in on Facebook so others will know you're here. It's one of the ways you can help us promote our message. As long as the sound is off, it's okay to leave your phones on so you can share unity with social media platforms during the service. Thank you. Each Sunday, we come together to celebrate our oneness with one another and with God. We welcome people of every culture, lifestyle, and creed. We honor the many paths to God, the many names for God, and the many ways in which to experience God. Whatever your path, or wherever you are on it, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. We're grateful for the presence of God within each one of us and the expression of love, joy, and truth in our lives. Today we join people around the world in sharing Unity's daily word. Today's word is live boldly. As a spirit in expression, I move through my life boldly and joyfully. I might have been tempted in the past to tiptoe through life. Perhaps I've been concerned that living with too much enthusiasm might threaten whatever degree of spiritual awareness I had achieved. Jesus had a different message and set a different example. He lived his life boldly, whether he was teaching, demonstration, or sharing a meal with his friends. He could have separated from the world for a life of quiet contemplation. Instead, he carried his radically new spiritual message into every heart of the world in which he lived. By following Jesus' example, I accept the joys and challenges it will contain. As a spirit and expression, I move through my life boldly and joyfully. Do not be afraid, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Luke 12, verse 32. And I'm holding up my copy of the Daily Word. Daily Word. You can purchase your own copy at the information desk. The January-February issue is available, regular or large print if you need. Thank you. And now.
It's now we welcome Gretchen and Nancy. I'm spacing Nancy Erickson, Gretchen Goodrich and Nancy Erickson for the first piece of music today. Sorry,
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its moorings by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you.
Because I knew you.
I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun,
by a wind off the sea,
like a stream that meets
like
a
a seed dropped by a
boulder
bird
halfway
in
through
the
the world. Who can say
if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
And because I knew you.
Because I knew you.
Because I knew you. I have been changed for
Thank you, honey. I love you. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Stop it. Thank you, Larry. I know. Peter said, oh, Nancy and Gretchen want to sing for good. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the why did I wear makeup day, you know? Welcome to, a few of you came since we got here 30 minutes ago. Welcome to Unity in Chicago. This is a place that is another one of the wonderful centers of unity that invites one to feel at home in community. Feel like you are absolutely perfect just the way you are. And interestingly, everything that has happened to you up until this minute is absolutely perfect. And you are an evolving soul. You are Christ in consciousness. You are Buddha in nature. You are love expressing. And so welcome to this time today. And it's a memory time. It's a time of of celebrating endings. And like those words don't even go together, right? In many ways. But I feel like if we can't celebrate endings, we really can't have any beginnings. We can't really move forward. And I appreciate you two singing that so much because I was reminded of our Wizard of Oz series and how powerful that was. And Anthony, God bless Anthony's, putting the yellow brick road up the stairs and working until 2 a.m, just amazing. You guys are characters. We've had so much fun. And I really just feel so honored, for this chapter of my life and your life and how we do all this together. It's profound. It's really profound. And I wish it didn't come with so much emotion, because I like makeup, I guess, yeah. But anyway. But we're doing this thing, and so I'm always we have this wonderful Thursday night class, Unity Basics, and we're talking about the Unity principles, and I'll talk in my talk today about really principles that run Unity, and we have a lot of personalities, but the principle is what keeps us grounded in Unity. And the daily word to me, so I like the daily word, but sometimes it's a little too sweet. Sorry if I'm going to break every, Unity camera or something. But I mean, I like it. I like it. But today, so I thought, okay, so what's it going to be today? And it's live boldly, right? I mean, what? I was like, okay. I mean, I get it. Okay, I believe in divine order. All right. I mean, it's just so perfect, And so I want to just have our moment of just really settling into this ability to accept the boldness that is in you, the living boldly. And we just breathe into that place of knowing that there's nothing bigger than the Spirit in you. Your soul is guiding you. Something from the day of your birth that was bigger than your humanness. It was your spiritual connection. And it has continued to guide you. You can call it an angelic force. You can call it your intuition or that passion. That place that's just, it's yours to do. And so I invite us to say together this wonderful saying, and I'll just say it and you can repeat after me. As spirit in expression, I move through my life boldly and joyfully. And we breathe into how important that is to know that this chair's been waiting for you. You don't come into Unity going, well, let's see how it goes. You come into Unity because there's something in you that wants to learn from from connections, wants to learn from division, wants to learn from joy, wants to learn from pain. You're here. You're saying, I'm all in, God. I am all in. And so we start with our ways of expressing God just as a beingness. So if you repeat after me, I am. God is. We are. And all is well. Oh, beautiful. And let's breathe into that. Yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm getting it. All right. So we have some rather silly rituals we do here, but you know, if you can't be silly, what's the point? So I light the candle over here that represents. That's not the silly part. The light of God in you, and then Peter will often play that. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, you know. Now, but see, this is where it gets silly. Sarah Allen, who is our female drummer there, and she's just so amazing. She gave me this cup right after we started this, and it was Mr. Rogers in his suit. But when you put hot water in it, his sweater comes on. So here is a sweater. Cheers to you. Yes. You thought I wasn't taking spiritual stuff with me? I mean, come on. I will have that cup with me forever. I tell you, Sarah. Okay, so we just light that light to remember that light in you cannot go out. It can feel like it sometimes, especially on windy days in Chicago, but it is never out. So let's just put your hand on your heart so you can affirm this about yourself and breathe into that place of your divinity. You can just say, I love myself so much to yourself. I love myself so much. Yeah, you can, yes. And just feel that something going on in there when you say that. And so we repeat, I am the light of the world. Together, I am the light of the world. My Lord, I can feel that. And so then you want to look at your neighbor because they might not have said that to themselves this morning. And you get to say, you are the light of the world. You're the light of the world. That wasn't me that just said that on the microphone. No, I saw Doug. I'm so glad Doug's here. Yeah, yay, Doug. Thank you for getting here. Brought that beautiful body of yours, even in its healing, so that's great. Okay, then we rub our hands together, sending this out to the world, and you can feel your energy because it gets warm, yeah? So we put this up, and this is to, the person that, cuts in front of you in the grocery line, and world leaders, and the whole thing. We are sending them out to you. We are the light of the world because it's you sending that energy to anyone that needs to hear that, okay? We say we are the light of the world 3 times. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. And there you go, and that's all you need to know. All right, so I am going to celebrate one of my teachers, many teachers that I have. You all are, but she's certainly super duper special. Ramona's mom, Ann, and I don't want to. We got pictures of you up here. It's how do you say her last name? Jessup. Ann Jessup was 102 yesterday, and she is here with us. Yay. Here you are, sweetie. Yes. And we have, here you come on out and see your pictures. So we say, so Ann, 102 years young at heart. All right, look at this styling gal when she got married. Can you believe this? I mean, I tell you, and beautiful Ramona. And there's her wedding picture. I tell you, I asked her last night, and here's her whole family last night, yeah. But I mean, and there was 50 some odd people. This is how you do life. You learn how to receive love, yes? So Anne's there in this beautiful, comfortable chair, and people are just coming in, just worshiping your presence. It's just, but thank you for being such a light in this world and making and creating. Nobody would have been there if it wasn't for you. So I know she's like, I know, it's been a lot. Yeah, but it was just so precious, and thank you, Ramona and Larry and all, for just really keeping this great group so alive and well. So we love you, Ann. Yeah, big time. Okay, so I believe we're ready for the next piece of music here. So thank you all for coming. Nancy was on our slate for our musician, but Tom showed up. Tom, and thank you so much. And yeah. And Gretchen and Holly and Megon McDounough. I have to keep looking over there going, Megan's here. Yeah. So I'm going to practice receiving some love, all right? Okay. So who's ever doing this, y'all just run on up. Oh, here.
Gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I've got to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? I would whisper love so loudly that every heart could understand that love and only love can join the tribes of man. I would give my heart's desire so that you might see. The first step is to realize that it all belongs to you and me. Between your heart and mine, love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
Everybody.
Let love build a bridge. Oh, let it shine between your heart and mine. Don't you think it's time?
Nancy Erickson, Heidi McGuire, Gretchen Goodrich, Peter Polzak, Paul Martin, Sarah Allen.
So repeat after me. Love can build a bridge. Between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. I'm sure it's time. I'm sure it's time. Yeah, thank you. So let's just take a moment to just be in our beingness with that song and what that has opened and stirred in you. We are being broken open by life to experience more every moment. So we're building that bridge between your heart and mine. Love is building that bridge, and it is certainly time. And so it is. All right, so this hasn't been an easy day. It hasn't been an easy week because I don't know. You know, showing up for life is a fascinating experience, right? I mean, you know, who wants to show up? You know, we want to love, but we don't want to have loss, right? We want to care, but we don't want to get angry. We want to be vulnerable, but not really, because we're going to be emotional. So it's an interesting journey to, there's something new that's been written called lean in, and, you know, to lean in to what is happening in your life. And so we're building bridges all the time. We're building bridges. You know, I'm building a bridge right now between, you know, these 4 years, the things that I've learned about myself and so many of you that have taught me so many things and how I take that forward. But we're building bridges between things like hate and love, fear and faith, self and other and oneness, immaturity and maturity, unskillful and skillful. We're talking right now about being highly effective, so ineffective to highly effective. Good to see. I'm glad to see your little face, Neil. I think of you with all that. So everybody I see, I'm like, oh, I remember what he did. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to try to stay here, but I may be somewhere else. But the idea is that we're building these bridges. We're moving all the time because there's nothing stagnant about you as a spiritual being. Now, I don't know about you, but the humanness can really get hold of my spirituality some days. You know, I feel like this humanness is so strong, and it's sort of, wait a minute, I was born for a purpose. You know, I'm born to be led by my spiritual qualities, and the humanness is like, I don't know. You know, there's always the news, and there's always, you know, somebody to be mad at, and there's always some family issue, and there's always there's something always to worry about. It's like, yeah, but this is not what I learned in Unity. You know, I really learned there are principles that set me free. So this is our journey. This is our journey. And when I first even thought about ministerial school and going into ministry, every minister I met, because I always hang around with the people that I think I want to, you know, do something like they're doing. Every minister I met said, try everything else. Try everything else. Drive a truck, get a pig farm, do anything. Do anything else. And I'm always like, you know, what is wrong? What? You know? And I understand today because anything, and you've also, I'm sure, been making choices at times where you are so forced to do the work. You're so forced to walk your talk. When I was in Kansas City, I had I wasn't on the front lines. I was the associate. And so I would speak some Sundays, and I mean, that man just threw me out on the stage. I didn't even know what I was doing. And he's like, just try. I'm like, try, this is a disaster. He's like, you know, it's just like everything you do when you first start. It's so uncomfortable. And so I would talk, and I would do my talk, and then I would go bicycle riding with a friend of mine after the service often, and then I would be, oh, I should have said that, and I wish I didn't say that, and that joke didn't really work, and I didn't do that right. And he'd go, you should go back and listen to your talk. You know, it was good, but you have now, you know, just criticized yourself through the whole thing. Yeah, and I don't do that much anymore, I will admit. I've gotten very comfortable with my mistakes, but I'm kidding. But the thing that we're doing all the time is really allowing ourselves to choose again, choose spirituality. You know, unity is based on principles, really simple, strong principles. You know, Jesus, simple, strong principles. Buddha, simple, seriously simple. I have John Podella, people give me things. Yeah, he gave me the documentary of Buddha. And I've been watching it and listening to it. And you know, Buddha had what I think everybody thinks they want in this life. You know, a lot of, you spend your whole life having what Buddha had at the beginning, which was stuff, you know, and entertainment and beautiful food and clothes and people and servants and all the things, and I'm sure, you know, he had some vehicle that was lovely too, but or something. But the point is that he was not awake spiritually. And so he had the opportunity to go out in the world, and he wanted to go out, and he saw, you know, death, he saw sickness, he saw aging, and he recognized, I am going to experience these things, and so I want to be able to feel a sense of connection with all of life, just not part of life. And this was very difficult. He went away, and it was with teachers, and then he starved himself, and it was really difficult. And then what he recognized was, all I need to do, you know, be dying and being emaciated and being very unhappy is not my way of teaching. So he went and just sat under a tree. And all the demons came to, you know, all the worry and all of the things came, but he just sat there. And we noticed that the spirit of him was bigger than anything outside of him. And so that really is the spiritual journey. That's what Myrtle proved. And if you'll notice, Myrtle was proving that she, in her spiritual essence, was healthy, even though she had a disease and was told she was going to live with this disease. And she sat with it, right? Just like Buddha. She sat with the truth. She didn't go run around and, you know, and tell everybody what she was doing and, you know, and what do you think and what do you think? And, you know, she had one affirmation that she used. Simple, right? So I just invite us, in a world that's become very complex, to simplify your life from the standpoint of what is the spiritual principle by which you live. You know, we have 5 here, just that God is, you are God, you know, and so is everybody else, by the way, right? No, yeah, oh, I am, but not that one, right? We co-create with God with affirmations and denials. We connect with God with our meditation and quiet time. And finally, we live God in our 5th principle. So that's it, yeah? And then we have a lot of personalities. Right? So, but we know, you know, one of our favorite things, Larry and I say it together all the time, principles above personalities, you know? And so the point is that we are really about principle here. And this is an interesting dynamic because of so many faiths or religions or traditional experiences, there's a lot of rules. So, you know, you walk in and there's lots of rules, yeah? And here we've got our bylaws, which are very valuable, and we've got our membership agreements and all these things. But how do we become principled people? Because most of us were breaking away from all that organization, you know? So, but we come in here and we still want to have communities that work. You know, we want to have communities that work, and I've been part of 4 unity communities. This, I will say, is the most outrageous, and I've loved it. I mean, I've been in, you know, the drag queen shows, and we've had, you know, amazing events, and everyone, there's such creativity. You guys will talk later. We're going to start an art gallery over there, and so many great things in this community. But I guess what I always say about all communities is, how do we live by principle? You know, and how do I live by principle? How do you live by principle? How do we really, you know, take the time every day as Jesus and Buddha and Myrtle to center ourselves before we start doing our thing in the world? Yeah, because I've done it both ways, and centering myself always works best. It's yes, so it's a very interesting thing. Okay, so the reason that we started doing this series, because I'm sort of trying to fit this talk into the order of the series, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got a lot of other things to say. So you can see my human spirit but the reason I started this was because I wanted the best thing that can happen when a minister leaves is that the church just carries on. So all of you all better be here next week. All of you, because the point is that I'm passing a baton. I'm passing a baton. You all have had, 5 or 6, lots of different ministers here, and some have been temporary and this and that. But after they've all passed a baton, and some of you haven't been there for that. But the point was, do you notice the church is still going on even though the minister is not here? How does that happen? Yeah, because the leader is in you. The Spirit is in you. The God is in you. And my whole job here has been to be a mirror of that, to reflect that for each of you. And then you all have really reflected that for me. It's really when I started, considering how much love I've received here, how much I've really grown. It's overwhelming sometimes when I've gotten together with some people that I've known, not even at church, but over the years and here, and just the minute I say, thank you so much for being in my life, I just start crying, right? Because it's like, oh my, and some of them I've had some issues with, but the issues you don't even think about. So I've never been at a memorial service where somebody gets up and goes, that guy was such a jerk. Like it doesn't work like that. It's like we just are this love, and when we can be in our spirit self, that's what we really get to experience in relationships. You forget the problems and you start to really realize the strength and the joy in what happened in your own growingness. All right, so this chapter this week, I'm probably just using the title, but it's First Things First. Okay, anybody ever have any challenges with priorities and what to put first? I have noticed it's happened to me that I'll feed my dog, and then 30 minutes later, I'm hungry, and I think, I fed her. I didn't even feed me. She's over there, thanks, Mom, and I'm still hungry. So first things first, especially in our very, very busy world, how do we do first things first? And how do we build a bridge? So we got 2 things happening here. If we do first things first, we can build our bridge. If we don't do first things first, our bridge never gets built. All right, so let's look at I just put a few things. This is just like in anybody's day. Exercise, work, play, meditation, taking action, rest, talking, silence, interaction. That was supposed to even be with people, life maintenance, self-maintenance, and at the end, patience, yes? So this is just like a few things I thought of in a minute. But first things first, how is it, to be in principle, to organize one's day, to organize one's life? Because I'll tell you what, the reason that I'm departing, somebody came up to me the other day, are you getting kicked out? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I have found that if I stay too long, that sometimes that does happen. But the point is that it's the ability to, when we put first things first, it was a lot of meditative prayer to just keep asking the question, is this alive? Is this aliveness that I am, this boldness, living boldly, am I connected to that as much as I was when I came? Is what's happening with the church now really mine to do? Are I missing things that I really want to reincorporate in my life? And all of those questions were what that choice came. So the idea of putting first things first, the first thing I need to do, and all of us get to do in life, is to sit, to listen. The still small voice. We can't get this in this world where we have TVs and talking. That's where you get your message. That's where you get what's going on. Because if we don't do that, what happens? We get frustrated, over 2 things. That's exactly, Katie, how'd you read my notes? But we get overwhelmed and we get frustrated, okay? Now my favorite, so we have to have these little touch tone things that can make us laugh our way through this, all right? Because I have on my refrigerator, it's a picture of Buddha, but a guy named Suzuki wrote it. It said, life is so important, don't take it too seriously. All right? So I am bringing you, and I just had to work it into my talk because I love this movie clip so much. When I start feeling overwhelmed, I think of a clip from my favorite film that always brings me back to laughing, My Cousin Vinny. All right? Okay. So there is this place when I'm not putting first things first where I can get overwhelmed, I can get in the state of it's got to happen, and in the other state it can feel is overwhelming. So we're going to see both of those exhibited by these very interesting characters that are New Yorkers that have come to Alabama and are dealing with how to live in the way of Alabama, and Joe Pesci plays a lawyer that has had a number of things happen to him that have been very unpleasant, and his girlfriend's biological clock is ticking. All right, so probably the best part of this is her onesie outfit that's flowered, and you'll never see anybody wearing it. So, but I want you to reflect on how it looks when you don't do first things first.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know.
You're acting like you're nervous or something.
Well, yeah, I am.
What are you nervous about? I'm the one that's under the gun here. Trial starts tomorrow.
You want to know what I'm nervous about? I'll tell you what I'm nervous about. I am in the dark here with all this legal crap. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is you're screwing up, and I can't help.
You lent me a little camera, didn't you?
Oh, Vinny, I'm watching you go down in flames, and you're bringing me with you, and I can't do anything about it.
And?
Well, I hate to bring it up because I know you got enough pressure on you already. But we agreed to get married as soon as you won your first case. Meanwhile, 10 years later, my niece, the daughter of my sister, is getting married. My biological clock is ticking like this, and the way this case is going, I ain't never getting married.
Lisa, I don't need this. I swear to God, I do not need this right now, okay? I got a judge that's just aching to throw me in jail. An idiot who wants to fight me for $200. Slaughtered pigs. Giant loud whistles. I ain't slept in 5 days. I got no money, a dress code problem, and a little murder case, which in the balance holds the lives of 2 innocent kids. Not to mention your biological clock, my career, your life, our marriage, and let me see.
What's important to me? What's important to me? What do I want? And then there's so action. You see, because I don't know about you, but I've tried to take action before I did anything else. I mean, I've done that a lot. I've done that here. It's mildly successful, but this is really where the success comes, is that you're principled, that you've done first things first, and that you really then are taking action. We didn't see Jesus running around. Did y'all get it? Oh, I made a mistake. Oh my gosh. They didn't do that at all. I mean, none of the masters did that because they were centered in what they knew to be true. All right, I just want to read just a touch about the Golden Gate Bridge because I think it's such a fascinating story to see, that it was not only a plan, but a lot of things happened along the way. It says it started in 1933. Construction starts on what will become one of America's most famous landmarks, the Golden Gate Bridge. When completed in 1937, the Golden Gate had has a 4,200-foot-long suspension span, making it the world's largest suspension bridge. See, something you learned here today. Since opening to the public in May 1937, almost 2 billion vehicles have crossed the bridge in both the north and southbound directions. The bridge was named not for its distinctive orange color, which provides extra visibility to passing ships in the San Francisco's famous fog, but for the Golden Gate Strait, where the San Francisco Bay opens to the Pacific Ocean. The bridge spans the small strait and connects the northern part of the city of San Francisco to Marin County, California. Prior to the bridge's construction, the only way to travel between these two areas was by ferry boat. The bridge's chief engineer, Joseph Strauss, an Ohio native who built numerous bridges across the U.S., was involved in the Golden Gates project by the early 1920s. From the beginning, Strauss and his collaborators faced numerous challenges, including opposition from skeptical city officials who were concerned about costs, environmentalists, ferry operators who worried about the bridge would impact their business. Some members of the engineering community said it was technologically impossible to build the bridge, and it was not easy to raise the funding for the project at the beginning of the Great Depression. It was a $35 million bond issued that did this, and once construction began, workers had to contend with strong ocean currents and heavy winds and fog. 11 workers died during the building of the bridge, 10 of them in one day, February 17th, 1937, when the scaffolding fell. Despite all these issues, the Golden Gate Bridge, with its Art Deco design, was completed in 4 years, and on May 27, 1937, some 200,000 people showed up for celebrating its opening. The following day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, pressed a telegraph key in the White House, signaling to the world that the bridge was open for vehicular traffic. All right. So I say all that, and it was a lot, to say that you're building your bridge. I'm building a bridge from where I am to where I'm going. Certainly I built a bridge when I came in here from who I was and what I've learned, and it's been so rich and so huge. And now you all are building a bridge from this to your next amazing, flagship spiritual center. So what we get to do with building the bridge, though, is to recognize what is it that people want. And that's going to be your biggest question. What is it that you want? And then the idea of visualizing and meditating and getting the right bridge builders and all of the things to allow the bridge to be this great metaphor for our lives, whether it's this community, your life, your family, what you bring to the world. The bridge is such an important metaphor and such an important thing to learn about. And you see all the things that happened, right? I mean, sometimes we get this idea of what we want to do, and the winds come along, and people don't give us the funding we think at the beginning, or there's things that come in and people don't want it. The ferry boat guys, can you imagine? This is not what we want. But that somehow or another, because of the principle that this needed to happen, it got done. So my invitation to you all, as I'm going out into my world, is to practice living by these principles that are unity principles, and then the principles of your values. The highly effective world is really this one of what is important to me, what matters to me, what are my gifts, and how can I line up my behavior with those gifts. It is vulnerable, it is emotional, it is scary. You don't do it well often, but the idea of really doing your life purpose is all you're here to do, all you're here to be. Life is a little confusing. One of my favorite people I've met, a lot of people I've met here, but I went and had lunch with Sister Rosemary of Misericordia on Friday. And that woman is so interesting in her way of her ministry. I've never heard her talk about really anything except for when she looks at me and she goes, Heidi, we have so many families that need homes. We have so many people who their young people are at an age where they're not getting any state support and they need to build homes. That's one of the things that's what's going to be happening with this property as these two ministries go forward. This ministry is going forward, their ministry is going forward. But what I love about sitting in her presence is the principled way she lives. That's her life. She lives with those residents. That's what she does. She is so committed to service of the developmentally disabled. That's all you get from her. It's not, oh, do you know what somebody did wrong here? And do you know what's happened? And oh my gosh, and I don't like this one. It's 100% focused on service. And that's principled living. That's highly effective living. So I want to close by saying this bridge that is hate to love, unskilled to skilled, the love is stronger than the hate every time. The skilled is more powerful than the unskilled. The faith is more powerful than the fear every time. I wanted to close. I went to New York 2 weeks ago with my sister, and we went to Ground Zero. And I hope many of you have been there, that museum. And it was so interesting because that would be a thing that many people consider hate and horrible and a disaster, you know? But you go in there, and many of you have been there, and it's so honoring of the people that were there. They have a pillar that was the original pillar. They have the staircase. They have all these wonderful pictures, and then they have a mosaic wall that's made of the blues that people said they saw in the sky that morning. But then you go into another space that has the story as it unfolded that day, and the newscasters, and the this and the that, and then you get to see all these first responders, all these people that rush to the scene, and you go in these rooms, and you see they have the two buildings, and there's voices. And it talks about these voices of people that got out of the buildings. It's voices of people that were helping other people. I could just see this sliver of light. I grabbed this person, and I was just taking this person out, and all these voices. And then you hear these first responders and their voices that were recorded that were, we're not going to live through this day, but we're going into this building. And then there's the one that was the most impactful for me was a guy coming down the stairs. He says, we were going down to live, and they were going up to die. And I'll tell you the feeling when you're in there. You realize that as horrible as this situation was, love overcomes hate. You know, there's not a sound in that place. It's so sacred, except for you can just hear people, the muffled cries. Because the love that's in those guys is in every one of us. You know, it's a tragedy to think that tragedy has to happen for us to get to that place. But that's what's in you. That's what's in all of us. And I left feeling this sense of, you know, I am born for greatness. You know, you all are. I'm born to listen to that spirit in me that's like, it's not even about this body. It's about this spirit. It's about this principle. It's about going beyond my personality. And that's what unity's about. So I invite you to continue with this feeling of what Myrtle brought, Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, and to know that the love in you will overcome anything that goes on in this community. And this community is a place for you to grow. When you get here, of course you're going to meet all the people you like. And then you're going to meet everybody else. And, you know, and so the opportunity is, but they are here for a reason. You know, people that we've had great journeys with people. I've had difficult journeys with people. But I'll tell you, there's not been one mistake. Every single thing that happened has helped me learn, am I well enough to be loving here, or do I need to grow some? And I've had about 50-50. Yeah. So I just want to, the whole point of this life of yours and mine too is this bridge to going from where we are to where we want to go, to build that bridge, to let it be about love, and you have it. There's not any part of you that is missing of love. If you go to the doctor and take a love test, they may not find anything. But the spiritual essence of the love in you has been in you since the day you were born. You may have had to fight to be you, but this is a place where we just say, let it be. Let it be. Be yourself. All right. So I'm going to ask you to repeat after me one more time here. Love can build a bridge. Between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. I know it's time. I know it's time. Fantastic. All right. You are bridge builders. I love y'all. Woo! Good. Yay. Receiving it. Oh, boy. Thank you. Namaste. You guys. Oh, boy. Thank you so much. Wow, we're receiving. And it's the God in you that got ignited, if there was anything happening here. Isn't it great? Isn't it great to do this? What an amazing community. Keep coming back. All right. Before we do our meditation, I want to thank the ministerial folks that are here for the next month, just holding the high watch. Certainly our chaplains and Jeff Berry and Gabby Rivero will be here. They're both in ministerial programs, and Gwen Cohen will speak. And just let this month be a month of contemplation, of being in yourself, because March, is going to be blooming time. It's going to be spring all over the place. So just let this be a time of contemplation. And I do want to, let's meditate and then we'll do some thinking. So let us be in this idea of bridge building, all right? I'm looking at Gretchen. We are so blessed here to have Miss Amazing Things herself, Megon McDounough, is, So you lead us, my friend.
Reverend Heidi, this is what we know about you. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. And with every breath you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do
first, and we are here to be amazing, to center in amazing, to root in amazing. Megan's beautiful song that she wrote came from that amazing place within her. Jesus reminded us to seek first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be given to you. So we seek first this place of knowingness, of stillness, of wellness, and everything else lines up. Just sit in the stillness with that truth. So we let our amazing nature be light like a feather. We let everything go before this moment. We are here to live by beautiful spiritual principles. And with that foundation, everything grows from there. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God, for this amazing community that keeps growing and changing and evolving. And we have so many people that have been here so long and so many people that are just new. So let us all feel that sense of oneness, that bridge that we build between your heart and mind. It is time. And we are amazing. So let us close with our "We are amazing."
Amazing, amazing, we will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, we will do amazing things. So be it, and so it is.
Thank you, Megan. Wow. Yeah, I know it's hard. Oh, I tell you, this is an enthusiastic service. Thank you so much, Megan. I've known of Megan for a long time. I'm like, Megan McDounough is in Chicago, and we've done services together. It's so beautiful. So I just invite you to return to that prayer energy for just a moment, and let's just hold this community in the High Watch in our souls, in our mind, and feel why you've come to this place, and hold that in your consciousness. That is what the church is your connection, your heart, your soul. So we bless this community. We bless the staff and the volunteers and the musicians and everyone that comes together for this community to be. We also just send this energy out to all of our leaders and all of these people, all these great souls on the planet to know their divinity. And I'll ask you to open your eyes for a moment, and there's going to be the names of our congregants that are asking for prayer, and special prayers for Ralph Lippert and his family. And just hold these people in your heart. So we breathe into prayer, which is how unity started. And just know that the minute your heart opens and you feel a sense of prayerfulness, the prayer is already answered. So thank you, God, for answered prayer. And so it is. Amen. All right, and thank you. So we have chaplains here to pray with you after the service. They're right around the corner in the Fillmore room. And Sue Ellen is here, and Tom Skinner is here. I thought I saw Rosie. Is Rosie here? Okay, well, you two, the dynamic duo. Who else is here? Oh, Diane. Diane is here with her beautiful stole. They all have these great stoles that are made by a lady named Joy on My Shoulders. That's who made those. You know, people are amazing doing things. All right, so we're now celebrating our givingness. I saw something really funny across the street. It said the best things in life are free, but the second best things are really expensive. And that was great. So lights and all these things, yes, it's a lot to run this place, but you have been running it for a long time. So thank you for your generosity. You know, giving is your gift. So if you can give with an automatic machine over there, you can write on an envelope, you can give cash, check. You can also text. We have a texting. Let's put that up. Yes, that's so you can text to this number. All right, and they will send you something very quickly that allows you to text your donation. I got to tell you, oh, baby, it's a wild world. Now we're all texting, all right? So if you put your giving in your hand or just put your hands together and we say this offering blessing. I am abundance in action. There is no lack in my life. I give from the fullness of what I receive. In faith, I know that giving creates a void that will be quickly and lovingly filled. I hold a vision of thriving for myself and for unity in Chicago. And so it is. And Gretchen's got it down in my soul.
All right, we know this one. This is a little call and response. So you're going to help me out? All right, that's what I like to hear. Here we go. I hear the music, yeah, down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. All together now. And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Now we get quiet. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. Bring it back. And the whole wide world is my home. Bring me home, unity. I got the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Yes, it is now. I said the whole wide world is my transformation in my day, but that Gretchen Goodrich is something else. I tell you, I know. God bless you. Wow. All right. So let's just breathe into this place of great prosperity and always being able to have anything from that standpoint of the flow in you. It's that richness that is within you. And so we say, I am gratitude in action. I give generously. I receive appreciatively.
And all is well. And we know this goes for the betterment of this amazing center. All right. Okay, so I just some thank yous that I really, first of all, thank you all for any volunteer work, for being involved with the team. You know, this churches do not work without volunteers. So thank you for your service. And if I named one of you, I'd have to name 1,000. So I just thank you so much. I want to particularly thank our staff who is here all the time and does such great things. I'm just gonna put their names up there. It's Juan and Tammy and Suzanne. And they're here and there. They may be down, yep. Okay. It's just a great group, and I can tell you their idea is always for what is best for Unity in Chicago. That's always the motto. It was so great. I sat with Scotty this week, and we had an amazing conversation. So, and then I want to thank our board. These people are volunteers. I always forget this because they're like here all the time. I think y'all staff, but they're not. They are volunteers, and you all have elected them to lead. So let them lead. They're amazing. So you guys stand up. Yeah, woo-hoo, amazing, yes. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. They're here in a really big time, and my gratitude for these folks is amazing. And I know if you've been on a board before, thank you also. All right, so downstairs, food, $15 love donation, please. It's a wonderful thing, and we have great food. It's kind of aloha, but Mediterranean food, because we just can't, get on the same page here. But what Martha said. What do you think they want? Poi? They don't want poi. It's like, I'm like. Okay, all right. All right, so, okay, we're going to have the wonderful Jeff come on up here with a few more announcements, and I'll be downstairs saying hello. I've got an email address. You can stay in touch and all that stuff. Okay. Living Boldly, Jeff.
Okay. For those of you who are here for the first time joining us, we're glad you're here, and we hope that you enjoyed your experience. We have a token of appreciation as a reminder of your time here, so if this is your first or second or third time, please raise your hand high so we can see you. Who else? All over here. Okay, great. The people who are passing out flowers are members of our welcome team. They have on the white badges, and it'll be available after service to greet you. Along with the welcome flower, you have been given a packet of information about Unity in Chicago and a new visitor's card. The packet includes a visitor's card on the front. Take it home, please, and or take this card to the Sunshine Gallery, receive your free Unity tote bag. Or you save 7 cents every time you use it. That's right. And visit the welcome team. We'd love to meet you. Flowers today are donated in gratitude to Reverend Heidi from the Board of Trustees. Reverend Heidi, as your time with us at Unity in Chicago comes to an end, we choose to take this opportunity to thank you and acknowledge the loving efforts and accomplishments of your service. The endless celebrations that you have orchestrated and the singing and dancing that has been such a big part of them. The food has been nothing short of a banquet. And one more, and we're all going to begin a church-wide diet next week as part of our recovery from this indulgence. Your guidance on the journeys of our souls has taken us beyond the boundaries that we've designed for ourselves. All of the classes and all of the books have created in us a vision of potential that we have not previously imagined. As you move along the yellow brick road to your future, be assured that we will seek to maintain your essence in the light in all ways. Namaste, Reverend Heidi. Joanne?
Creating a wonderful new, we're just here for eternity, but a wonderful group has put together the Sunshine Gallery that will have an opening reception next week, and it is a beautiful, completely volunteer-run experience with artists from our community. And Johanna Dalton, where is Johanna? I know is going to give us an announcement, so I'm so excited. This is going to start next week, and there she is.
So, as you've been reminded and really shouted out at by Reverend Heidi, the daily word for today reads, "Live boldly as spirit and expression." And next Sunday, February 4th, you may think of it, some of you, as Super Bowl Sunday, but actually, there's something much more exciting happening right here before that. More than a dozen Unity in Chicago volunteers, actually 14 of us who you may know as ushers or part of the garden team or part of the choir or part of the prayer chaplain service, will be living boldly by sharing their previously hidden talents with all of us in this exhibit called Spirited Teaming Together. So the list of the artists may surprise you, and actually their work may inspire you to show some of your own creations at a future exhibit. This is the first in a series that will light up the walls of our Sunshine Gallery that we all love so much. It's the creation of Kelly Burke and Laura Bannock, and I'm very grateful to them. So come to the opening next Sunday, 2:30 to 4:30. Celebrate these artists. Celebrate the joy of our unity. Celebrate and learn something new about somebody that you didn't know before, and maybe that somebody will be you. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much.
A couple more little announcements. The Pet Ministry is here every Sunday with pets in need of foster or forever homes. Please see Carol Stiegel for information on how to take a pet or otherwise support this wonderful ministry. We have so many amazing events happening, we can't possibly announce them all. So please help us stay connected to Unity in Chicago in these ways. Regularly visit unityinchicago.org. Sign up for the e-newsletter at the base of the stairs at any Unity table, and be sure to read it. And please read your bulletin and take it with you. And now let's welcome back Nancy Erickson. Everybody, come on.
They're definitely doing this for me, and you'll know why, and you're going to have to get up and sing, and it's just the way it is. All right.
Might seem crazy, but I'm about to say, sunshine is here, you can take a break. I'm a hot balloon that can go to space with the air like I don't care, baby, by the way, because I'm happy I belong here like a room without a roof, 'cause I'm happy I belong here, feeling like happiness
Thank you. Oh. Thank you all for singing that with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Everybody's like, no, Heidi, don't make me sing happy. Yeah. Okay, here's kids. Come on, all of our youth. Yes. They got a song too. You can stay up. Hi, Jay. Good to see you. Hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. They made me a book. You all be sure. Hey, cutie pie. You all be sure. And I have a book downstairs, and I'd really love you to write something in it. And the kids wrote it in their own book. Hello, Zoe. Hello. All right. So what are y'all up to? Yes, absolutely. Hello, Kevin. Hi. So come on out here, Missy.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, Heidi.
Oh.
There are no words. Oh.
That's good. That's good because we're way over time. So that's good.
Okay. All right. Enough said.
Y'all are going to lead us in a song.
All right. And Zoe's just going to give you
and I do want to say you all are our foundation, okay? So keep living these principles. Enjoy your teachers. We love you guys so much. Thank you to all the parents of these kids, because this is how we grow.
Okay, we're going to end this with a bang, and Zoe's just going to give you a minute little lesson, like 2 seconds.
Okay, so I'm Zoe. I'm one of the YOUers here, which means I'm in high school. And so we're going to be doing a joy song. It's called Every Little Cell. It starts out slow and gets faster. We do joy songs like this every Sunday.
Yay!
And so, are the words going to be up?
Yes, we're going to have the words. Yes, there we go. There we go.
And so you can just follow along.
That's good.
There's okay.
Oh. Yeah, y'all are the experts.
1, 2, 3.
Everybody do this. Oh, you're sharp crowd.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad I'm a little cell, and my body is so happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell, every my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well.
Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well.
It's like your house.
So glad every
it's like your house.
In my body is happy and well.
I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Oh, that's yeah. Thank you. Okay, that's your daily practice. You just do that every day, and I will feel so good. All right, so we're going to weave ourselves out of here, and one of you all can do the prayer of protection. I love you all. Come downstairs and eat. Yes.
Together and laugh. watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is